Welcome back to the RIOT ACT. My name is Rishi Rajagopalan. We're hip young millennials and this is an internet show, so let's talk about World War II. I'm kidding. We're actually talking about memes, but believe it or not, they did show up in World War II. American soldiers would carve and tag a character named Kilroy wherever they went overseas. Kilroy became so famous that he's now carved on the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. That's right, memes began as propaganda for the troops. Then, in 1976, evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins officially coined the term in his book, The Selfish Gene. No, not the Aaron Rodgers autobiography. He's still doing research for that. Dawkins' meme is defined as a cultural entity that is transmitted, replicated, and naturally evolves between humans over time. Then, in the mid-90s, the internet changed everything.
Save Surfing!
Hi, I'm Terrence Smith from Home Improvement. If you guys are like me, you like surfing the internet to see what's up. You can check out your favorite music, cool websites, even do your homework.
Betsy6708?
I have no idea who that is.
Just like a lot of you out there, I like logging on to chat rooms to see what people are talking about. But sometimes I read things out there that I don't like.
Save Surfing!
If someone says something online that makes you feel unsafe or funny, don't flip out. Take charge. Leave the chat room or log off altogether.
The 90s, when we trusted child stars to teach us how to be safe. Richard Dawkins' worst nightmare unfolded, and internet memes continued to evolve. Over the next 2 decades, we went through many eras. There was the top text, bottom text era, where pictures of random characters like Velociraptor and Bad Luck Brian were captioned with big white letters. The Rage Comics era used drawings like Trollface and Forever Alone to convey emotions. YouTube made video creation accessible, and clips like Charlie Bit My Finger, Chocolate Rain, and this video of Rihanna dancing naked went viral. Did I get you? Come on, who doesn't love a good Rickroll? The rise of social media brought everyone extremely online, and memes kicked into high gear, iterating on themselves and each other. The Rage comic format was revived with new characters like Wojak and Pepe. Music and dance challenges took over Vine, and TweetDeck accounts like Common White Girl terrorized the timeline with reposted content. With widespread, accessible photo and video editing, everything in popular culture became memeable. Childhood shows, current events, viral tweets, stock photos, sports, entertainment, and more all feed into and from the meme engine. It's to the point where the past few years, we can make calendars of which internet shitposts dominated the conversation each month. But memes aren't just fun, harmless internet jokes. Doge, one of the most popular memes of all time, is now a premier cryptocurrency. More on that here. The Cinnamon and Tide Pod challenges threaten millions of dumbass kids. Not me though. I'd never eat a Tide Pod. Totally not a forbidden gusher.
Rishi, no!
Beyond toxic food challenges, memes have become the language for the alt-right. So how exactly did this happen? Well, the origins can be traced back to a place that Doja Cat probably frequents often, 4chan. What started off as an online image board forum back in 2003 transformed over time into a place for shitposting, trolling, and even political discourse. But 4chan started creating serious problems by the early 2010s. Problems like leaking celebrity nudes, cyberbullying children, and starting dangerous internet trends like #CutForBieber.
B is by far the most notorious forum, and referred to by many as the asshole of the internet. In 2013, B used Twitter to convince some of Justin Bieber's fans that he had cancer. B was successful in starting the hashtag #CuttingForBieber, which encouraged fans to cut their own hair in solidarity. Then they took it a step further with Operation Cut for Bieber, where they staged photos of self-harm in order to get teenagers to actually cut themselves. It trended on Twitter within a few hours, and dozens of teenagers tweeted photos of their wrists, apparently sliced with razors.
Who thinks it's funny to encourage kids to hurt themselves? We never found out because all of 4chan's users are anonymous. No usernames, no profile photos, nothing. So they can essentially say and do anything without repercussions, which, as you can imagine, means there's a ton of porn and racism. The most popular image boards on the site are /B, which is responsible for a lot of the not safe for work content, and /Paul, which is the birthplace of alt-right memes. Memes like Pepe?
Are you like the hipster version of the neo-Nazi movement?
It's Pepe's become kind of a symbol.
I could watch that clip of Richard Spencer getting clocked all day, every day. In fact, I like it so much that we're going to go ahead and loop it in the corner for the rest of the episode. The only punch almost as entertaining was seeing his Irish counterpart Conor McGregor go sleepy time. But for real, how did Pepe go from a lovable frogman to a lapel pin on hair gel Hitler?
Pepe was just so versatile that it was inevitably drawn as everything. This sometimes included racists, and even Donald Trump. On October 13th, 2015, Donald Trump retweeted this post. And under the video was this image of Pepe. Before this, only fringe users on social media posted versions of the frog as Klan members or SS personnel. But this post was the catalyst that fueled the far right's claim of Pepe.
Okay, one thing we can't deny is that this man was easily the funniest president of all time. Well, maybe not anymore. But, jokes aside, DJT posting a Pepe version of himself blew down the doors for alt-right weirdos on 4chan to start going crazy frog. And the memes didn't stop there. Wojak was once a lonely man searching for love, until he became the poster boy for incels scrounging on message boards for feet pics. Speaking of which, I do ankle shots for $10 and toe close-ups for $20. DM me on Kick. But as if Wojak and Pepe weren't bad enough, the message board bandits even began fabricating memes out of thin air.
The OK hand gesture has become a cultural flashpoint, transforming from an innocent sign to a hate symbol. The Anti-Defamation League officially included it in its Hate on Display database in 2019. The evolution was gradual. It started on the anonymous online message board 4chan in 2017, when a troll campaign tried to trick the media into believing the gesture was a secret symbol of white supremacy. But as the campaign spread, the sign was actually adopted by the alt-right, a term for those on the far right who embrace white nationalist views.
Forget white power. That's cultural appropriation. Everyone knows the OK symbol is deeply ingrained in Italian post-meal approval culture. And this type of content is not just exclusive to 4chan. There's the offshoot 8chan, which was created because apparently 4chan was too heavily regulated. Then there's Parler, QAnon's #1 breeding grounds. This stuff can even be found on Facebook, a platform that we all know prides itself on integrity and accurate information. But seriously, the fact that trolls hiding behind anonymity have been able to twist the minds and hearts of curious folks on the internet is genuinely alarming, and nearly impossible to confront.
The main difference between 1930s Nazi propaganda and what internet message boards like 8chan and Reddit produce is that online memes tend to work by appropriating random and benign images from popular culture, then repeating them over and over until they take on the feeling of an inside joke. And if anyone does get really upset, they can always claim it was all just a big, ironic joke.
Irony is huge on the far right because it gives far-right groups this air of plausible deniability when the press or law enforcement come calling.
It puts any rational person in a catch-22 anytime they see someone post an alt-right meme. If you take it seriously, you'll get called a snowflake and fuel the fire of their agenda. But if you ignore it, the hateful messaging will continue to spread. Because it's all fun and games when you can laugh at crazies on the internet. But seeing them in real life is a whole nother story. Many alt-right communities have gone from keyboard to tiki torch and caused serious harm in the process. Take a look at the mass shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand. In 2019, 28-year-old Brendan Tarrant killed 51 people across 2 mosques and live-streamed the whole fucking thing on Facebook.
Tarrant posted the link to his live stream on 8chan. It seems to have been his internet home, and his writing is a performance piece packed with its memes. These memes are central to online radicalization. They make becoming an extremist into a game that rewards following these message boards super closely. 8chan's users celebrate a few mass killers: Anders Breivik, Elliot Rodger, and Dylan Roof.
Memes were central to the ideology and radicalization of the Christchurch shooter. His 74-page manifesto is littered with copy pasta and shitposts like Spyro the Dragon teaching white supremacy. The story isn't just about Christchurch. It's everywhere that white nationalism is. These memes can be traced through numerous stories of racialized violence and vigilante killing in the last decade. Looking through the photos from January 6th, you see these memes everywhere. Logos of Pepe the Frog, the Kyrgyzstan flag, and the OK sign. They were all seen at the site of the riot. This MAGA Where's Waldo embodies a toxic culture of memes as radicalizing agents. Most recently, Kyle Rittenhouse's Joker origin story can be directly attributed to the Facebook meme group, the Boogaloo Boys.
The use of the Boogaloo name started as a joke online in reference to a 1980s breakdancing movie and was adopted by a loosely knit group working toward a second civil war. Since the spring, Boogaloo backers have been spotted at protests, heavily armed, wearing their trademark Hawaiian shirts.
Boogaloo is used as a synonymous term for civil war. There is no nonviolent aspect to the movement. The whole point of the movement using things like memes and jokes is to make it seem silly and not serious. But the memes are about murdering police officers.
During this episode, you might have been confused. I sure as hell was. I still don't know what Kyrgyzstan is, and I hope I never have to spend another second on 8chan trying to figure it out. But that's the whole fucking point. When mass shooters are telling people to subscribe to PewDiePie as they gun down innocent civilians, they're not making harmless jokes. They're trying to distract and confuse you. PewDiePie is the 4th most subscribed account on YouTube and actively courts the alt-right. To most people, that reference makes no fucking sense at all. But to those in the know, it is a clear communication of a political ideology. It may seem easy to ignore these trolls when they're firing off jokes, but it's impossible to ignore them when they're firing bullets. So, to end this episode, we've put together a little something to help you meme safely in these unprecedented times.
Safe surfing.
How do you do, fellow kids? I'm Rishi Rajagopalan from the RIOT ACT. If you guys are like me, you like surfing the internet to see what's up. You can check out your favorite music, cool videos, and even cheat on your homework. But when you're on the web, you have to be careful, because not everyone is your friend. Wait, Proud Boy 6708692? I have no idea who that is.
Safe surfing.
If you're talking to someone online with over 4 numbers in their name and over 1 pair of Oakley sunglasses in their profile picture, block them immediately. They're a Russian bot paid for by Jared Kushner. Just like a lot of you out there, I like logging onto chat rooms to see what people are talking about. But sometimes I read things out there that I don't like. Like when I'm on Twitter and see Chrissy Teigen, or when I'm on 4chan and see literally anything. A lot of people on sites like 4chan or Parler seem like they're really into frogs, but they're actually really into racism. And frogs? Maybe?
Safe surfing.
If you see alt-right memes online, just close your eyes or shut your laptop. It's way easier than getting radicalized, and then you don't have to buy a gun. Although, that's pretty easy too. Sometimes, what happens online doesn't stay online. This can be a good thing. My girlfriend and I have been going strong for almost 3 years, and we're finally meeting in person next week. Her name is Svetlana, and I can't wait to see her, and all the money I've sent her in Bitcoin. But sometimes, meeting up IRL is not what you expect. If your friends all show up with tiki torches, it's not because they're scared of mosquitoes. They're scared of Jews. You might also see your friends show up in Hawaiian shirts, saying they want to boogaloo. Joke's on you, they're not trying to salsa, they hate Mexicans.
Safe surfing.
Be careful who you meet up with from the internet, especially if they want to meet at the Capitol on January 6th. Any other day in January is totally fine. Keep these tips in mind next time you go online, and don't forget to delete your browser history when you're done. Have fun, safe surfing. I'm Rishi Rajagopalan, and you've been read the RIOT ACT.